Popular media has always been rebooted, from movies to comic books and yes, popular video games included. While some of those reimaginings have turned out to be stellar hits that fans of the original love and appreciate, while others have become a clear stain on the franchise's legacy that almost put it on ice for an entire decade. Hello, it's the Devil Joe back again with a brand new video, and today I'll be going over the reasons as to why I'm excited to see Shankar's Devil May Cry that'll be coming over to Netflix in a couple of weeks. Going over a couple of points, why it looks like a good reboot, action and animation. I'll even be giving my 2 cents regarding all the allegations it got. Let's jump in. First up, I'll start off with a brief tangent on why the DMC reboot wound up failing to the point of putting Devil May Cry on ice for a while, before eventually getting Devil May Cry 5. And that's because the game itself literally took everything known about Devil May Cry and absolutely took a huge steaming pile of shit on it, disregarding everything that made the franchise great, for an edgier, more perceived realistic take on the franchise, absolutely dismantling Dante and Vergil as characters through overall poor writing, questionable gameplay choices. I have yet to see what that's like, and most of all, a cynical disrespect to the source material, down to the designs, character mannerisms. It's like the schmucks making it already have a preconceived hatred of the franchise, or Capcom at the time were the ones who gave them the green light, whilst actively telling them to change it up for the sake of Call of Duty money, making the game ridiculously hated till this day. I won't blame anyone who wants to forget that it even happened, not to mention the bad PR it got. Then we come to the reason why I decided to make this whole video, is after watching that brand new trailer while pausing it every couple of seconds, looking at a couple of screen caps, and it literally hit me. This whole thing is reminding me of Ultimate Spider-Man back when Brian Michael Bendis first wrote it back in the early 2000s. Just like Spider-Man fought the Green Goblin, Venom early in his career as a high school aged Peter Parker, Dante is going up against a lot of the bosses we see him fight later in the games in his Tony Redgrave days, alongside altered events of the DMC3 and 3 manga combined. And yes, I was referring to the DMC1 novel. DMC1 does not have a manga. That was just like me misreading my goddamn script. But anyway, you know what I mean. Can't forget to mention how relatively accurate Dante's design in the show looks to the one in the games. I'm talking about the overall aesthetic and silhouette. Red trench coat, pistols. He'll be getting these later on. It's in the show's intro. White hair, adrenaline junkie attitude, not to mention jokes.
The way this usually goes is I do that, then drop a killer one-liner. But I'm drawing a complete blank right now.
He'll probably turn into the DMC3 Dante we know by the end of the season. This is an origin story that predates DMC3. He's not fully the guy we know from these games, man. I'm also liking how it embraces the cheese and camp that made the game so great to begin with, not shying away from the series' over-the-top moments, embracing the ridiculous off-the-wall action. I mean, for God's sake, man, he's smacking Agni and Rudra with a goddamn motorcycle, and the trickster ability is on full display, running on the walls, dashing around, robbing demons of their devil arms, using them as his own. Adapting video game weapon switching into anime form can make for some exciting fight scenes and unique scenarios that he goes through. Most of the time in the games, you're usually fighting enemies and bosses in enclosed areas, far away from innocent human lives that Dante doesn't have to worry about. Here he is in a scenario where he's forced to prevent as much human casualties and collateral damage as he possibly can. The 2007 Devil May Cry anime should have took that advantage. I mean, we did see the price of collateral damage in that one episode, but that's neither here or there. Which means Addy is handing us an anime adaptation that not only respects the source material, it also pulls from different DMC canons and makes it into its own unique story, putting in a few lore details that no one saw in the games, because the novels no one read, plus the canned 3rd volume. So with that being said, I'm not expecting the show to follow the novels and games beat by beat. I mean, Ultimate Spider-Man wasn't exactly a perfect adaptation of the 616 TASM books. Neither are your favorite pieces of Spider-Man media outside of the comics. But it remixed the webhead's adventures while maintaining the core appeal of these stories. Devil May Cry is looking to do that from what I'm seeing, from the similar yet different designs of the demons, and the slight differences when it comes to them weapon aesthetics, that look like they're ripped straight from the game, but not entirely. Hell, even that one-liner with Lady was spot on. My boy managed to get the timing right. But he should have flirted with Lady more like most of the DMC3 moments they had. But hey, we've still yet to see how this Dante will act. We even got a tease of Motivation Man right at the end. But it might not be Vergil. It could be a plasma using shape-shifting powers to cosplay as Spargil, or Bunny Rabbit taking on Vergil's form. To psych Dante out, I mean this is the leaked bar scene. Vergil ain't showing up till the end. Not here, we might be seeing more of him in Season 2. I know a lot of people are bummed out that the original voice cast isn't involved in Johnny Young Bosch, as Dante is kind of off-putting. To a lot of folks out there, no one is too sure about Vergil's new voice actor in this show. Trust me, I get it. We're used to Ruben and Dan as the Sparta Bros. It's kinda odd that Dante sounds like Nero, I know. Pretty legit concerns. But a standout that caught my ass by surprise is that Addy managed to get Kevin Conroy before his death, may he rest in peace, as a brand new character in this show, and that is VP Baines, the guy running Darkcom, the organization Lady's working for in this show. You can hear him ordering the hit on Dante at the beginning of the new trailer. This is the closest thing we'll get to Dante versus Batman. Yet from what I've heard, Kevin did a really good job of voicing this new character, kinda making me think that not having him as Sparta was wasted opportunity in the main series. It would have worked so well. But may he rest in peace, looking forward to one of his last performances here. Another reason why I'm pretty hyped for the show is the heavy emphasis on the action, since you guessed it, it's based on a stylish action game series where if you get good enough you can do insane shit like this, which was lacking in the 2007 anime. Most of the fight scenes were off-screen, ending off in the one-shot, where Dante ends up killing the demon, which is kinda lame. I still like that show quite a bit, but it could have been a lot better if there were more high-octane off-the-wall fight scenes. But here we actually see Dante moving around, dodging attacks, running on the walls. Hell, we got to see shit like round trips, cavalier strats like in DMC3 and 5. I won't even be surprised if Dante winds up switching styles mid-fight scene. The simple Visions of V / Castlevania art style allows for fluid, fast-moving kinetic animation, reminiscent of Spectacular Spider-Man, Jujutsu Kaisen, and obviously Castlevania, respecting the crazy action the franchise is known for. That alone is hyping me up for the show's April 3rd release. Then we get to the common complaints that have been directed towards the show, starting with where's Ruben and Dan? Why does Dante sound like Nero? I get why this could be off-putting since we're used to the Sparta Boys being voiced by these two. When it comes to Dante, I don't think Ruben can pull off that late teens Dante voice that he had in DMC3. The youngest he can go is DMC1 era Dante. But since he and Addy Shankar are cool with each other, we might see Ruben in season 3 or 4, once we get to DMC1 era Dante. And Dan is probably busy doing Devil May Ninja Gaiden 4. Most likely he's Yakumo in that game. All what is needed is a couple of comparisons to DMC3 Vergil lines, and some of the words that are coming out of Yakumo's mouth. That's a different point for another day. Another point is the lack of ebony and ivory. First off, in the DMC1 novel, Dante didn't have these in that book. He got them by the end of the story, by taking parts of broken guns he had, forming them into the iconic Ebony and Ivory by Neil Goldstein, giving him guns that can handle his rapid-fire trigger finger, plus demonic energy. Hence their inclusion in the intro. He'll have them by the end of the season. And somehow the show is woke. Alright, I know, this thing is on Netflix. Believe me, I know how notorious they are for doing shit like pushing agendas left, right, and center, plus making a character who isn't gay, race-swapping iconic characters. But from what I'm seeing, so far is that we ain't gonna be getting any of that shit. From the looks of it, we'll be getting fast-paced action, gore, and a healthy dose of Dantities. But Lady is in a full-body suit they clearly know like sexy womans. To that I say, bruv, chill. First off, Lady had a full-body biker suit in the DMC anime back in 2007 covering that cleavage of hers. Didn't hear anyone call that shit out for being woke. And get this, the dude is pulling this first season from the DMC1 novel and DMC3 manga, including that canned third volume that went over how Lady became a skilled devil huntress. I mean, she had to have learned them skills from somewhere. We'll get where she learned to keep up with Dante. Oh, and don't forget her digging outfit in DMC5. Them woke accusations have yet to be proven, but Addy did go on multiple records stating that Devil May Cry has no agendas. So I guess we're golden here. With that out of the way, we come to the end of this video. What are your guys' thoughts on the new DMC show? You hyped for it or do you think it's trash? Let me know in the comments down below. If you liked this video, be sure to hit the like button and smash that subscribe button real impact style. At 10,000 subs, I'll pull off a whole ass Dante combo video in real life wearing this entire getup. Trust me, we're pretty damn close. Hit the bell icon to get notified on whenever I drop a brand new Devil May Cry or other action game video. This has been the Devil Joe signing out.